Welcome back to Quick Tips. In this video, we're going to talk about how to get started with Adobe Firefly. First up, we're going to navigate to firefly.adobe.com. Once there, we can see that Firefly will give us ideas for generating out different images. Watching the prompts is a great way to get an idea for what you might create in Firefly. Let's create our first prompt. When prompting, most people are tempted to do something simple. So for example, they might type in black hole and hit generate. Here you can see it gives us a warning that the prompt is too short. It will generate an image, but it won't be the best quality image. You can see that it's generated out some different images of black holes, but it's not really scientifically accurate. These look more like something you might see on a desktop or some sort of art site. First, I'm going to change some settings. Notice that we're in Image Model 3. I have Fast Mode turned off. I'm going to set this to a widescreen piece to make it a little bit larger. If we want to make it different sizes, we can change it right here. I'm going to change my content type from art to photo. And I'm going to come in here and say, scientifically accurate image of a black hole tilted at an angle with a star field in the background, and hit generate. And now you can see that we're getting much more interesting images by changing our prompt. If I like this image, I can select the download option here, or I can go into edit for further options. I can use generative fill to replace part of it. I can generate similar. I can use this as a composition reference, which we'll be talking about in just a moment, or I can use it as a style reference, which we'll also talk about. Additionally, you can export this to Adobe Express to edit further. Let's say I really like this image here. I'm going to go to edit and generate similar. Here we can see that it gave us different images that are similar but different. If I like all of them, I can choose to download all. Let's try a new prompt. This time I want to do something a little bit more fun, and I'm going to say robot dancing in a field of flowers. I'm going to turn off photo and hit generate. Here we have some different robots, but it's not quite what I'm looking for. I can use a composition reference to get the look and feel that I'm going for. Now with composition reference, you need to be sure that you own the rights to use the image. One of the things that I suggest doing are using artist mannequins to snap a photo of the position that you would like your character in. If I select upload image, I have an image of an artist mannequin that I'm going to use. It tells me I should have the rights to it. And we can see here we have this dancing character. So now that I have that composition reference on there, I'm going to hit generate again. And we can see that the positions aren't quite working because of the angle of the photo. If we switch from widescreen to portrait and generate again, the photos are now matching closer to what the character looks like. It's important to remember to match the proportions of your composition reference to the photo that you're trying to generate. If I scroll down, I now have style option. And just like before, I can upload an image, or I can browse the gallery of content that Adobe's provided for us. For this one, we're going to try that. You can see a variety of different sources here that we can use to create our image. Let's say I want this to have more of a 3D look. I'll choose this image right here and hit generate. Now we can see that it's taking the character as well as the style of the piece. So maybe that's not exactly what I want. If we don't like it, we can always change and generate again. This time I'm going to try this 3D piece and choose generate. Here we're getting something closer to what I was looking for. Remember, when we're dealing with AI, we always want to work through our generations and find something that works for our piece. If I hit this back arrow, it takes me back to what I was looking at before, and I can continue to scroll down. Down here at the bottom, we have effects, color and tone, lighting, and camera angle. I'm going to apply 3 of these different options and then hit generate again. If I go to all in effects, we can see we have a ton of different effects that we can use, and I'm going to choose one of them to apply. I'm going to choose splattering, go to color and tone, choose warm tone, go to lighting, let's say golden hour, and camera angle, and let's say widescreen. So we're going to try all these settings all at once and see what comes up. Here we can see we have a much more dramatic image now that is created by adding these different effects. Remember, these images are not saving into the cloud, so you will need to hover over them and select download to save them to your computer. Well, that's it for this time. Hope to see you again next week for another quick tip.